Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Justin. Thanks for coming to Exhaust State Comics. Thanks for everybody who's moved over from my old channel to this channel, and everybody who's new. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. This is my weekly haul video, and this I just kind of show you what books I picked up this week. Kind of go over that. This is books that came out on July 22nd, 2015. So it was a pretty good book, or pretty good. It was a pretty good book. It was a pretty good week. My last few weeks have been rather high, like 17 or so books each. This week was a little bit of a break from that, like 13. Four of those are digital, and that would be Valiant, which this week they have The Book of Death, Fall of Bloodshot #1, and Ivar Time Walker #7. So watch for those actually on Thursday night of this week. If you check out Two Comic Book Dudes over on comicbook.com, on comicbook.com's YouTube channel, we'll have Thursday's Valiant Effort. We'll actually be going over those. And the Zenescope books I read this week, Charmed Season 10 #9 and Grim Fairy Tales 112. Grim Fairy Tales 112 was a great book. There was a lot of stuff that happened, a lot of reveals in that book. Charmed Season 10, there was also some, I don't know, pretty good reveals. I was never a big Charmed fan when it was on TV, but I'm reading everything that Zenescope does, because over on Comic Book we do a show on Mondays called Just Another Zenescope Monday. So if you go over there, you can check out my review, and Aaron Clutter, the editor of Comic Book, you can check out his review, my review. We kind of talk about the books, go back and forth. So that's already up. So if you weren't able to pick up Zenescope, that video is already up. You can check out what they had this week, and same thing goes for Valiant. Just check tomorrow, and we'll have that up. So, like I said, all right. So those were my 4 digital. I got 9 physical copies. I kind of, mixed it up a little bit this week, or not even really mixed it up. I got 3 publishers, and I got 3 books from each publisher. So how that worked out, I'm not 100% sure. But I'll start with DC, because DC's fun, right? And this is The Flash issue 42, art by Brett Booth, which I'm a huge Brett Booth fan. This is just nuts looking, right? I kind of started following him almost, I guess, when he started back in the early mid-90s on some of the Stormwatch, Backlash type stuff that he was doing. Really, really enjoyed it. And then when I got back into comics a few years ago, Brett Booth was working on Nightwing at the time, I believe. So I gravitated toward that, and then kind of branched out from there and have a massive collection again. So that's how it goes sometimes. Also, this book is written by, Van Jensen, Robert Venditti. I actually had the pleasure of meeting Van Jensen at Free Comic Book Day this year. He was at my comic book shop, and I actually got him to sign Flash issue 30, which I believe was the first one that he worked on. So I was able to get that signed. So big treat. Really, really nice guy. I admit I kind of got a little starstruck and forgot what I was going to ask him. Managed to ask him a question, and he gave me this amazing answer, like way more information than I thought that I would get from him on anything, and just goes into the story and like how it came about, and what if there was any direction, or they just let him go loose. So really cool guy. If you're not following him on Twitter, go ahead and follow him, check him out. Take a look at, I guess he's been writing about the last 12 issues. I think there was one that was written by somebody else, maybe a couple. So can't recommend his stuff enough. Just definitely check out Van Jensen. Alright, next picked up Justice League 3001 issue #2. I did not read Justice League 3000, but I'd heard good things about it. Aaron over at Comic Book said he really loved it, so when 3001 started, I picked it up. First issue was entertaining, just kind of getting to know these characters. I like the art. Something about this art's really cool. Starro is a villain type person. If you need to read it, figure out what Starro is. Or if you remember, that was Starro was the Justice League, the original Justice League. I think Starro was the first villain they faced. So nice shot of Supergirl, and this almost looks like classic Supergirl, which she's got the flowy skirt. It's all like a one-piece kind of outfit. So I don't know, just something about it made me think of like old school Supergirl. So, but interested to see where this series goes. You know, I'm kind of in. I like this displaced. Like, we got everybody's kind of a clone of who they are and things like that. So, I don't know. It's worth checking out. Just a fun kind of Elseworld type book or something, really, in my mind. All right, next, the last DC book I got this week is Wonder Woman issue 41 by Meredith and David Finch. Really like Meredith Finch's writing style. Checked out her book that she wrote over at C.O.W.L, which was Little Mermaid. And that was way better than I thought a Little Mermaid story could ever be. 'Cause I didn't want to read it, but it turned out to be great. So check that out. It just came out in trade this week. So you could pick up that in trade from C.O.W.L. It's probably cheap. It's probably like less than $20 for the trade. I would think, but don't hold me to that in case it's more. But it should be less than that. But David Finch, he does amazing art. He actually started, if you see this Cyberforce over my shoulder here, I think he did the interior art in that book. So it was around that time that he started with Image and C.O.W.L, did Cyberforce into several books for them before moving over. So, just, you know, really great book. The redesign of Wonder Woman's costume works great in here, I think. I don't know. I know when it initially came out, everybody was like, I don't know about the shoulder pads and all the other stuff, but I think it actually works really well. So, alright. Next, I'll move into the Marvel books I got this week. My hair won't stay out of my face. But this is Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde, issue number 1. Now, I think what's going on is that somehow Star-Lord, Peter Quill, remembers Kitty. Somehow, some way. Even though he shouldn't be able to remember her. So, I'm going to give this book a try. The art maybe isn't my complete taste. It seems to go and come, you know, from page to page. Gambit's in here, and he looks kind of weird, so we'll check it out. It's kind of like a X-Men themed Marvel section of my pull this week. Because next is Old Man Logan, issue number 3. We'll kind of see where this continues. I think it's cool to see, or to know, you know, reading into this, you know, going into this book and having the release for the all-new, all-different Marvel that's coming out soon. After Secret Wars, we see that Old Man Logan is there. So we know that something... I wonder if it's the same Old Man Logan? Probably. But, so we know that this character's going to make it. So that's interesting. I really like this art. Something about it just... I don't know. It's just a great looking book. That's Apocalypse, of course. Fitting that we're about to get X-Men Apocalypse in a few months, or however long they're filming. Alright. Next is Uncanny X-Men 35. Now, so this is winding it down for X-Men. This next issue is going to be Uncanny X-Men 600. This is technically $5.99 if you do all the math on all the series. So we'll kind of see. We're getting some gold balls making some headlines there. So I don't know. Good art as always. This is still Brian Michael Bendis. So I guess 600 is going to be where he ends and leaves his run on Uncanny, and then we won't get, you know, our new X-Men books will come out. In just like a month or two? So, I think we're getting 4 new titles. So, lots of fun X-Men stuff. Alright, next, from Image and C.O.W.L, this is the 9th Generation number 4. If you haven't been following this series, this is a time jump of 5,000 years in the future. Everybody's a cyborg, or pretty much not even human anymore. And the world's kind of broken up into these different regions, and each one is governed and ruled by one of the different models of the 9th Generation. So, fun book. It's kind of bringing all of C.O.W.L's properties together in a future setting. So, if you've ever been a fan of like Witchblade or The Darkness or Cyberforce or any of that stuff, or Aphrodite 9, this is a book that you would definitely like to pick up. Let's see if we can show you something in here, because might as well. Yeah. So, I mean, here's kind of a rundown of all the different models. And I don't know, just some amazing art. Very vibrant. Pulls you in. Makes you want to see things. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Alright, next. Birthright, number 9. Yep, number 9. That's right. Fantasy book. A lot of fun. Kind of like Flight of the Navigator. Like the kid he gets lost, taken to a different world, comes back and he's older, but not that much time has passed in the present for his family. Oh, and the conflict that goes on. It's amazing. It's just a fun book. There's so much. Alright, try to show you something that's not kind of gory. And not the last page. Alright, but I mean, just the overall art here. It's a great looking book. The first trade's already out. It's up to issue 9. If you wait a month or two till 10 comes out, then the trade, you can get 2 trades. But I definitely recommend you picking up Birthright if you... I just moved my camera too. So, pick up Birthright. It's a good book. Alright, and last but not least, the last book I picked up this week from Image, and it is the last issue of this series. This is C.O.W.L. Number 11. Written by Kyle Higgins. Whatever. This has been a fun run. This is, unionized, almost unionized, or working for underneath the government, with the government type of superheroes in Chicago a while back. It's been a fun ride. I've really enjoyed it. Kyle Higgins was actually writing Nightwing when Brett Booth was doing Nightwing, and so I kind of followed him over to Cal. Really enjoyed it. It's kind of sad to see this going, but I was glad that they were able to put like an ending to it and kind of give us a conclusion of this story at least. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe it'll pick back up. A couple years down the road at some point, he'll pick it back up, which would be great. The next book that this team, is it just Kyle? I'm not sure. All right, but the next book they're doing is going to be Hadrian's Wall. And no, it's not the wall in England. This says it's going to be an 80s-esque sci-fi story set on a survey ship in the far reaches of space. Yeah, okay. Here's a blurb about that. Might as well just read it to you because we're having fun, right? All right, 1985. Tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union culminated with nuclear detonations in New York and Moscow. So, like, Failsafe? You ever see the movie Failsafe? That's what happened. In the decades after, I mean, that's not spoiling it because, whatever, that's a great movie. Failsafe, the original one, black and white back in the day. George Clooney redid it not too long ago, and it was on TV, but you can find that. So, Failsafe. It's a good movie. Alright. In the decades after, the two superpowers found peace through a partnership focused on building the first colony in space. But now, 100 years later, a new Cold War simmers between Earth and that very colony. Alright, well, I'm on board for Hadrian's Wall whenever it comes out. So, that was my haul this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out comicbook.com. All your latest news and comics, things of that sort. Video games, movies. I don't know, any geekdom we do. Comicbook.com's YouTube channel, we do unboxings, interviews. We do a Comic Book Day Spectacular over there once a week. I don't know, over there we're putting out 3 to 4 videos a week, and hopefully I can get this channel up to that level also with 3 or 4 videos, maybe 5 a week. That would be great. What else can I say? Check out Happy Box Inc. He's over on Twitch Monday through Friday night, starting at about 8, going to 10 or 11 every night, playing different games. I think he already beat Arkham Knight, but I'm sure he'll be playing that again. Tonight he was playing Deadpool. So always some fun stuff over there. I will have links for everything in the bottom below in the description down there. And I'm going to try not to hit the camera next video so that we don't get any of this jarring motion. But thanks a lot for watching, everybody. This has actually been a fun one. So sometimes they're not. Thanks again. Have a good one, everybody. And I'll talk to you soon. I found the button.